Hey, congratulations, everybody. This is Walt. We are 6-0 for the week. So today we're going for 7-0 to total sweep for the entire week. Now, if you're betting the same amount per wager and you're winning 65% of your bets, you're going to see some type of profit. But when you're 80, 85 and higher, you're doing it. So I hope everyone was able to take my bets this week, and I hope everybody's winning. But make sure that you're liking, you're sharing, and you're subscribing this video. And when you subscribe, just make sure that you hit the notification bell. So when I do drop my daily bet video, you're able to see it. I'm always going to try to drop that video at least 6 hours before whatever game I'm going to decide to bet on. Now, it is Valentine's Day. If you've been betting with me this week and you want to show me a little love, no tip too small, no tip too great, you can send it to my Cash App at @BigWaltPro, or if you prefer PayPal, at Walter Richardson MD. Now let's get into today's bet. Now for today's bet, I am going to be looking at two of, in my opinion, most undervalued scorers in the NBA. And that will be none other than Luka Doncic on the Dallas Mavericks and Damian Lillard from the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, those two guys, I don't feel like when you're talking about the top tier scorers in the league, I don't think they get mentioned enough. But they're going to get mentioned in this video today because the bet that we will be taking, I like a lot, and because of these two guys. Now, in today's bet, not just those two guys, I like to also make sure that there's certain players that are in the lineup, right? So on the Dallas Mavericks side, we definitely want to make sure we see Doncic, Luka Doncic, Porzingis, and Tim Hardaway Jr. And the visiting team, the Portland Trail Blazers, we definitely need to see Damian Lillard, Gary Trent Jr., and Carmelo Anthony. Those are the 6 players that, for the bet today, that I want to see playing in the game in order for me to go ahead and take it. Now, just a little background information on the two teams before we get into the bet. Portland is in the top 5 in scoring this year. Dallas, on the flip side, is a little bit more in the middle of the pack. But I'm not too worried about that because one of the things that I feel like offset that was 2 things I feel like offsets that. One, both teams are at the bottom when it comes to points allowed. I think they're like 24 and 25, one behind the other. And one thing that, you got to keep in mind with Dallas, Porzingis, that's what, a 25 point guy. That he was out a lot of the beginning of the season. He was out a lot, in the beginning of the season. And I think that contributed to a lot of the struggles that Dallas had early on. He's been playing, the past few games. I think he's getting his legs back under him. Just the last 3 games, both teams have averaged over 116 points a game, but Dallas specifically has averaged over 129. So, playing against a poor defensive team in Portland, and Portland will be away, I suspect that they'll have another great day like they have in the past 3 games. Now, outside of those 2 Porzingis coming back, I just think that overall, Portland is very good at shooting the 3, and that is going to bode very well to getting to the total that we need for this bet. And Dallas 3-point shot is actually better at home than away. So with all that being said, the bet that we're going to take today is going to be the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Dallas Mavericks, game total over 235.5 points. Now, just like we saw yesterday with Golden State and the Nets, that total went up like 2.5 points by the time I was able to take it. Like for me, I like to take it closer to the game time because that's when the lineups are confirmed. So, but just like that bet, if this bet does go up or down a couple of points, as long as those 6 guys that I mentioned are playing in the game, I'm definitely taking this bet. So good luck. Happy betting. Let's go ahead and let's get this 7-0 sweep, and then let's work in going into next week and building on this streak. Most importantly, safe betting, and remember, never bet more than you can afford to lose. All right, see you tomorrow.